What's up, everybody? Lines on Paper here, and I woke up and saw this bit of news. Thought we'd talk a little bit about it. J.J. Abrams is back, and this time he is going to be adding lens flares to Superman as a Superman movie reboot coming from J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates. I hope I said that name correct, is in the works. So, J.J. Abrams, coming fresh off his stint in the Star Wars movies, will be taking over Superman. But before I get my thoughts on that, really quickly, my latest comic book, Malevolent Rising, issue number 4, currently funding on Indiegogo. Please go ahead and check that out. We're almost to our first stretch goal. So check it out. Consider becoming a backer. Now on with the review. So, Superman Reboot from Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams. So everybody knows J.J. Abrams. He just butchered the Star Wars franchise, and now he's moving on to DC Comics. So I figured that, or I guess they figured that the success of the CW show was strong enough that they were going to announce this movie. So Ta-Nehisi Coates is going to be writing it, and I'm assuming Abrams directing. So Ta-Nehisi Coates, I don't know a ton. I know he used to be a reporter, and he went on to write books and comics. The only thing I know him from is he did a pretty substantial Black Panther run that I remember in the mid 2000s, I want to think, and it was good. I remember it was really popular. I stuck with it, I want to think, for about 5 or 6 issues. And then I want to think I only dropped it probably because that was around the time they were raising the cost of comics. And so some of my books, some titles that just, if you weren't my favorite, I had to drop you because I couldn't afford it. But so he's going to be taking over the writing details. So they're saying it's a reboot, but then it says here the film will be the first solo film since 2013, which introduced Henry Cavill's version of Krypton. The Kryptonian hero, directed by Zack Snyder. But it said in here that it's still going to be intended to be part of the greater DC cinematic universe, I thought. Yeah, right here. It's not immediately clear whether Henry Cavill will return to reprise his role as Superman movie, although Coates' initial statement suggests that his movie will be in the shared continuity of DC's film universe, colloquially known by fans, that's a word I can never properly say, as the DC Extended Universe. So that sounds to me like DC just doesn't know quite what they're doing, because I don't know which movies anymore are part of the DC Extended Universe. Is Shazam, is Justice League, one of the 2 Wonder Woman movies, the new Justice League? They're all over the place. They are a shotgun scatter of content, and maybe there's some kind of membrane that threads it all together. I don't know. Clearly, it's a extended universe that's offering or operating without a solid blueprint, and so we're just kind of getting movies that have the same actors, and we're just going to assume they tie together. So that leads me to believe that Cavill will be returning as Superman. But at the same time, it even talks about, or they even talk about here in the article, based on Coates' writing and essays, that the Michael B. Jordan-led Superman movie rumor may be the more logical direction this film is going to take. Now, I don't know if that means that they are going to be recasting Clark Kent as an African-American man, or if they're going to go with the Superman of Earth 2 that we saw in the Earth 2 series they did a few years ago, which was a black Superman. Don't know which one they're going to go with. I assume that since they're 2 different worlds, both could technically exist and still both be part of the DC Extended Universe. So I don't even know if that answers that question. So there's a lot of news without information, if that makes sense. I hear there's a Superman movie coming. They call it a reboot in the headline. They say it's part of the Extended Universe, which I assumed the last Superman movie was. So I don't know what to make of this. I feel like I'm taking crazy pills every time I try to understand DC Comics and Warner Brothers' plan for the characters. Sometimes they're linked, sometimes they're not. I don't know. There's 3 Jokers, there's a couple of Batmans. Now maybe we're going to have a few different Supermen and 2 Justice League movies, somehow intertwining this into a continuity of sorts. This makes less sense than a Michael Bay Transformer script, but that is the news of the day. Superman quote-unquote movie reboot coming from Ta-Nehisi Coates and J.J. Abrams. I will be looking at bright flashes of light in my face with a plot that moves faster than I can think about it, so I don't realize it's dumb. That tends to be the J.J. Abrams way. I have faith in this script. Ta-Nehisi Coates has... I know the guy can tell a story. I'll give him. We'll give that much. We'll give that much to him. They got a good writer. Whether or not he's going to stick with kind of more classic or go his own direction is yet to be seen. And if he goes in his own direction, will fans enjoy it? So, what are your thoughts on this Superman movie reboot? Are you excited? Do you want to see Henry Cavill back and they continue the groundwork from the Man of Steel, or would you like to see Henry Cavill back and they just kind of put him off into a new direction of Superman? Because they really could just bring him back, not really pretend that the other movie didn't happen, but we're just not going to talk about it. Superman's here, there's going to be a new adventure, and we just go forward. And I would be perfectly fine with that too. What do you think? I'd like to know your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're down there, please hit the like and subscribe button. Helps me out, and that way you don't, and hit the little bell icon so you don't miss any of my videos. And I will be back to talk to you with some more news and reviews later. Thanks so much. Bye.